Something needs to be done. Jerry called in to request a withdrawal from his retirement account. He is 76 years old and has worked and saved his entire career to be able to provide retirement for himself and his wife. Let's rewind 6 months. Jerry had $2.6 million saved when he began to systematically draw down his retirement, first to purchase a vacation home. Then it was for his wife's medical expenses. And then finally, the rest of his so carefully saved money was going to a low-risk, high-return investment opportunity in government-guaranteed interests. We had spoken with Jerry and warned him multiple times that we believed he was falling for a scam. Jerry insisted with tenacity and even provided a notarized letter of indemnification attesting to the fact that he had been warned and he was holding the firm harmless in the event that he lost any money. 2 months later, Jerry called in and sheepishly admitted that he had been wrong, and he asked if there was anything we could do to help him recover even some of his life savings. Sadly, no, the money was long gone, and Jerry was left with less than enough to cover 1 month's living expenses. What will Jerry do now? Will he completely start over at age 76? Or will Jerry choose a much sadder path? While we have no official statistics tracking suicide deaths attributable to scam activity, the FBI acknowledges an alarming number of scam incidents resulting in suicide. The anecdotal evidence is heartbreaking, from the 82-year-old Alabama woman who died with just $69 left in her bank account, to the father in Virginia who took his own life after losing everything to a scam. Something needs to be done. I spoke with Carol, who was calling to withdraw $280,000 she said was for medical expenses. After some probing, she changed her story and added that she was also helping her granddaughter to pay off some debt and to get into a house. I told her I thought she was being coached to say these things. She finally admitted that she'd received notification that she had won the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes for $35 million. There was a catch, however. She had to pay the taxes before she could claim her prize. She went on to tell me all the wonderful humanitarian things she was going to do with the money, and admitted that she'd already sent over $500,000 to the IRS. I asked her if she had actually entered the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, and it turns out no, she had not. I was finally able to convince her it was a scam, and we canceled the transaction. Victory! $280,000 saved. Until she called back 2 days later and withdrew the entire balance of her retirement savings. These scammers are professionals and are extremely good at their craft. They prey mainly on the elderly, the segment of our population that tends to be the most trusting. They prey on their victims' loneliness. They prey on their victims' fear. These are not isolated crimes. In 2024 alone, Americans reported losses of $16.6 billion to fraud and scams. Federal Trade Commission estimates the true number to be much, much higher, closer to $82 billion in losses. We commonly hear from scam victims that they were instructed to package bundles of cash for shipment, wrapped in aluminum foil and brown paper. We've even heard of several cases where the victim purchased gold bars and a courier is sent to their home to collect the cash or the gold. Can you imagine the victim helping the courier transfer gold bars from the trunk of their car to the courier's car? Something needs to be done. A jury convicted an 83-year-old Ohio man of murder in the shooting death of an Uber driver. The unwitting Uber driver was there to collect a package of cash for the scammers. The Uber driver tragically lost her life. The scam victim convicted of murder. What about the scammers? What happens to the scammers? In my years of fraud investigations, I have never seen the scammers face any consequences. Something needs to be done. We know that the majority of fraud and scams come from 2 or 3 countries outside our borders. These are not amateur operations run from someone's basement in Detroit or East LA. These are industrial scale call center fraud factories. The frustrating reality, we have diplomatic channels. We have enormous economic leverage. We have the State Department. We need to use these tools to aggressively shut down these operations that are devastating American families. These are coordinated attacks that demand a coordinated response. I've reached out to my congressmen, both Texas senators, and sent my plea directly to President Trump via whitehouse.gov/contact. I'm asking each of you to reach out to your representative and the White House this week. Emphasize this is not just a financial concern, but is an urgent matter of national security. Let's get something done. Thank you. I'm not sure why it didn't put me on the main part of the screen there.
Right, saw you in the hallway, buddy. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Paul. All right, Mike, we're gonna have 2 minutes on the clock for our or 1 minute. I'm sorry, for our evaluation. I remember as a kid, someone's like, "Oh, you've got homework." It was a very annoying task, but as an adult, that transforms into a call to action, and hearing a call to action and how a person can help as an individual definitely, gives you a little bit something to remember that by. So, always a fan of a call to action.
Thank you.
Mike, can you do me a favor for the next speaker? Do not put the green background up until they hit the 5 minutes.
Sure.
So it would be no background and then green at 5, yellow at 6, red at 7. Excuse me.
I was waiting for the red to start flashing.
See, now I think I'm good. All right, we all good?
If you would like to.
All right, thank you so much. All right, absolutely great. Like I stated, we've got some more coming up here, and we're going to prepare for our next prepared speech. I am now going to give the mic over to Ms. Lisa Herrick, who is going to introduce our next presented speech.
Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Nate Dufresne. He is working on Presentation Mastery Level 1. This is his 3rd project. The focus for this project is to practice vocal variety and body language to enhance speech. Nate, that's somewhat difficult to accomplish on Zoom, so if you want to stand up and step back, feel free to do that, whatever is most comfortable for you, but just some tips from someone that's been on Zoom for a decade, it feels like. Without further ado, Nate Dufresne, where are all the flying cars? Where